Okay.
Because they're only enforcing policy, not law.
But I thought if you had a medical exemption, you were allowed to be in here.
Well, my son's a student here, he has a medical exemption, and they won't allow him to go to school.
Right, so how come he
Sir.
won't go to school or into the meeting?
Follow my thought now for a minute.
Okay.
Why don't you write a letter to the superintendent, okay? You can actually go out and get yourself an attorney.
We are, this is already in the
That's
process
fine.
of
Well, that's
everything.
good,
Right.
that's great. And then maybe you can get yourself a virtual meeting or some other type of meeting that accommodates.
A virtual meeting doesn't
Yeah.
solve the problem, sir.
Well, how
But
do you
isn't the
know?
building
But sometimes
open
it's just
for
trying to meet
public
halfway for the
accommodation?
first step.
Try
Can
it.
people come in, if
Try
the
it.
building is open for public accommodation, they have to recognize people who have medical reasons.
Look, I don't know every single law, I don't know every single policy.
I just read the law that they were breaking, and you guys.
I even highlighted it.
So you cannot discriminate against somebody who has an exemption or a medical reason that they cannot wear a mask. And so the,
Well, just to explain that, the superintendent stated to me that if you have a medical exemption, you're free to come into the building without a mask.
okay, so
Oh,
why
but-
isn't he
oh,
in?
Wait a minute, but he says he has to see the medical exemption. and
He
know
doesn't
from the
have the
doctor.
right to know
Now,
anybody
as far
else's
as-
right
as
information.
far as-
Correct.
You
It doesn't
can't
need to state
demand that.
why, what the medical condition is, just these,
You
that's all it just
actually
says.
don't.
This person
You don't.
has a medical
But that's
exemption.
not the law.
That's not.
School now,
That's
It's not the law.
in the building.
If someone's in a wheelchair, do they have to show proof that they're crippled?
In
I'm
the
not,
governor's
there's a
orders,
difference
never
between a
even
medical
said that.
exemption for a mask.
It's a disability.
Okay, I'm not arguing whether someone in a wheelchair is disability.
But what I mean is, it's the same thing. It's, whether it's a race discrimination, medical discrimination, whatever it is, it's discrimination.
Police aren't
Okay.
enforcing the law. Well, so, I know, but you have to uphold the law,
Okay,
right?
that's
So the
fine.
law
Well, you
is
can
that,
Call me,
I
I'm
don't,
not
even the
working.
governor, when they had,
Okay.
there was an actual
The
state of
issue
emergency,
is
said, you did
to
not
exact-
have to
go
show
through the
any
process.
evidence of a medical exemption. Nothing from a doctor, nothing written,
Try to get a
nothing.
meeting with
You
the
needed to
superintendent.
assert that you had a medical reason,
Okay.
because you couldn't wear a mask.
Okay, well,
That was it.
that's fine, that's good.
So
That's
why
the
does the
process.
school get to
Allow the process.
Dictate.
bypass the
And then,
law?
if you
The
get an
school is still
attorney-
beholden to the same
Because there are
laws of
certain
government.
exceptions in laws that say, if you go to these places, you have to wear a mask, right? If you go to a hospital, you have to wear a mask, correct?
You're all assuming
So
it's
that is
not
under
gonna
a
go
federal
anywhere.
order.
Try looking a little
under a federal order.
So
optimistically
this
that it
is
will
an
go
exigent circumstance that the school or DESE has created under their own
Okay.
Write a
purview.
letter.
They don't have that right to tell me that I
Send them an
can't.
email, request.
Alright, I'm gonna go
The
talk to
state
the
law
school
says
board.
different.
Then,
So there
you
is
know,
no law
I'm
anywhere
making
else
all
in
these
Massachusetts.
suggestions and
And
you're
then
going,
where it
"No,
says
tell me."
that people can't enter a public building under public accommodation law for their medical
okay, well,
reason.
What's gonna
But
happen?
as I stated
Don't
before,
ask me.
this is a civil issue where we deal mainly
Well,
with
according
criminal.
to what he said.
You can't go in there and say you have to.
Great, so there's no criminal recourse, so
Well,
you can't
that's-
do
I'm not
anything. If
gonna
there's no
enforce
criminal
that.
recourse, then it's a civil issue.
Correct.
But
Well,
sir, you
somebody
can make
needs
it
to
criminal if
send
you
a
do
fine.
not follow the
Injunction.
policy, and if you're asked to leave,
File an
obviously,
injunction.
because
There's
there's-
all
Only
sorts
if
of
you're,
opportunities
only if
here.
you're,
I've given
so that you can
all these
remove me for
avenues,
trespassing
you
if I
just
tell you I don't
refuse to
have a
accept
medical
it.
issue.
You
But
want
you
it your
cannot
way.
violate my
That's
rights.
it.
They went that way, they did that. Detail they're trying to sell. Would you like me to chat it to your screen?
So the civil fine would be a fine.
Or be a, I don't know how the civil process would work, I'm not.
So what are you enforcing? I'm really confused what the police are doing.
They're enforcing policy, not laws.
You're enforcing policy, not
Correct.
law.
Policy that breaks the law, that.
Correct.
That breaks the
Do you have the
law.
whole breakdown?
Which is a violation of our rights.
To this,
I feel so
Did you
much
print out the whole
safer
thing?
that the police don't know the law.
I know.
did you just print out, did you just print, that's the whole thing?
Right here.
It's a lot to learn in 6 months in the academy.
It is a lot.
But that's the state law. But you know what they could have done ever since the last meeting? That the
They should have been better
department
prepared.
Should have been prepared for
Correct.
this.
They should have educated you. How come you weren't being educated?
Well, they had people with a badge and a gun at the door and thought that was gonna be enough.
Oh.
There's no other,
I don't know if there's a third page. Is there, I don't think there was, I
which
think I
one?
printed the CMR one.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe for next month. The thing is last month, when you guys came, I showed you this law, and you didn't even know it existed at first.
Looks like you're missing,
That was page 1 and 2.
okay.
You can look at page 3, I'm sure that still cites you.
Where did you guys get this printed off?
Mass.gov.
Mass.gov?
Mass.gov.
Okay.
Made sure.
When using any
We
means
have
of
the
public
links, too.
transit or enclosed in some.
And actually, you know, you can ride public transportation with a medical exemption, and all you have to do is say, I have a medical reason. You don't need to produce any evidence of your medical reason, and you can still ride public transportation. I know,
That's
it's
a civil
a
matter.
struggle.
I know,
You're
that's
not-
their policy.
All of this.
Policy.
It's not, it's the law. I mean,
Right,
follow
right.
the
You guys know more about policy than you do law.
I'm just here to make sure there's no disturbance, that's
So then
it.
say-
That's it.
There's no disturbance, we're having a discussion.
No, I know that, you guys are not, there's no disturbance. I'm
We're
not-
trying to be respectful.
You
Entering
can
the
say this is the law,
meeting.
you're breaking it and tell them they're.
I can tell them that they're breaking the law, and if they refuse to, that you can
So why can't
pursue.
you arrest them?
It's not arrestable.
Oh, it's civil.
Can you
Just send them a
tell
fine.
Not-
It's
I
so
can go up
good.
and tell, I will.
But if they trespass us, we can get arrested.
Okay, I can't pursue the fine, you guys would go to
Fine,
file, you would talk to a lawyer and go through a court process,
fine, that's fine.
okay?
So I
So
I will
we're
want,
go
allowed
to-
into the
I will
meeting?
go express your
and
opinions.
I want them all fined, I want a report written about it, yep, they're breaking the law, so you guys are allowing it.
Okay, I can now.
That's our biggest gripe, is you guys are law enforcers, not policy enforcers. So right now, you guys are violating our rights as free Americans. That's how we see it. I mean, you swore an oath to the Constitution, not to school policy.
No, I don't know.
These are all.
We know our rights.
On masks and the dangers of the
They know
vaccine
their
and everything,
policies.
And they know the policies.
School
Oh,
training.
are they gonna let you in though?
No.
But I don't understand why you keep.
This is gonna go viral regardless, so we'll get more. This isn't putting you guys in a good light, I'll tell you that.
You can give it to the superintendent of the, please, thank you.
This gentleman's been very dismissive the whole time.
Well, actually,
Your boss has been much more cordial than you have, I'll be honest with you.
that's great.
Just being honest.
Appreciate that. I mean, I tried to give you all sorts of suggestions, and now see,
But he's willing to do more than you were gonna do in the beginning.
3 of you have
Because
walked.
they don't have medical exemptions.
Okay,
We have medical
should have
exemptions.
brought it.
There's one on file in the school for
Right,
me.
you
Yeah,
have it.
well,
So
that-
I can go walk there right now.
So,
I can
my
go
son
there.
can go down there?
So if my son comes to school on Monday and doesn't wear a mask, will he be arrested even though he's got a medical exemption by a medical doctor?
Well, I can't answer that.
Why not?
Wait, hold on, so you're telling us that.
Well, that's
we'll be
on Monday,
arrested?
that's
No,
supposition.
I'm talking about tomorrow, just tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's still supposition.
Okay. If it was today, would he be arrested with a medical
Still
note?
supposition.
All right. Okay.
I can't answer things that may happen, or,
You gotta know what you have to do in preparation.
So if he goes forward right now, will he be arrested? That's not
So,
something just,
here's 3 letters for my son.
whatever.
By a medical
that he
doctor.
has medical conditions.
I'm not the superintendent, I'm not the school committee.
Oh, so he's your boss? The superintendent's your boss? Is that how
The
you?
boss of this building.
Oh, okay. I thought we were the boss of the building considering we're taxpayers.
You know, that is one way of looking at it.
I know. She's really the only way to look at it.
So he's all set to go forward then?
So he
Pardon?
can go down
He's
to
all
the
set to
meeting?
go forward, he's already presented his medical condition. She has it right there.
That would be an issue
So
I'm gonna
why are
have
you
to
telling
discuss.
us?
Keep telling us.
That would be an issue you'd have to discuss.
Did the school have it all?
They have it on file and they won't honor it.
Did they say it could go in?
They won't honor it. He cannot attend school even with a medical note.
No, I get it,
Yeah, so the whole thing is.
I get
So
it, I
that
get it, I
leads
get
me
it, I
to
get it.
believe there's other issues.
This is what I mean. I think you guys, honestly, I understand all this COVID thing. It's all new but you guys need to be a little more informed for these situations. When somebody presents a medical doctor's note, that trumps everything. They should be exonerated for any school policy or anything that goes on, and you guys can't uphold that. We were told last time that that's a school issue. We can't get involved in that. But you're trumping a disability act by not allowing him to.
Here's the thing, you wanna know, the second letter I sent, that day I get an email from the superintendent telling me that that doctor's license had been expired with a screenshot to it. And you wanna know what it was? It had expired to prescribe pain meds, because this doctor doesn't do that, okay? So when I said, I don't know what you're talking about, mass.gov, here you go, his license is
Valid.
very valid. Then the superintendent came back with another email, you know what, the note's just not good enough.
He won't bend at all. It's not his prerogative.
So that's
That's where you're misinformed. A medical doctor's note is supposed to trump any superintendent of any school. You can't go against a doctor's note. You just can't. He has a medical condition.
I wanna know that you guys will support, if my son comes to school tomorrow with no mask on and they try telling him he can't go to class, that you guys will support that then, because you're being told if there's a medical note on file, then he's fine. Okay, that's what you guys are telling me. So if tomorrow I send him to school and they don't allow him in, you guys do something about it now. Because you're telling me as long as there's something on file, he can come in, right?
Well,
No,
You guys are getting that this is all civil. We don't have, the only reason that we are here right now is to prevent a disturbance. That is it.
Right,
This
but
is a
we
civil
were gonna
matter.
walk in
I know
quietly. We
none
don't
of
want no
this- none of
disturbance.
All of that paperwork you have right there, it doesn't matter. This is a civil matter. We're just here to make sure there's no disturbance, okay? Right? That's the only reason we're here.
So the policy says that, like the ones you guys were given, says that we need to present proof of the exception, right?
Right, like the paperwork.
You have
a medical exemption.
That's the
From a
paperwork right
doctor.
there.
Right,
And
As far
he's
as the
saying
issue with your
can't come
son,
in.
right.
We've already
That's
settled it.
not-
That's civil.
that's
That has
not-
nothing to
that's
do
way
with
beyond
him
this
or
little
him.
But this is one.
confrontation right here.
But
Okay,
you're-
that's what you said for tonight, for this meeting.
There's nothing you can do about it. So
Okay.
the
Well,
option
that's
is
what,
whether-
according to the school, that's all you needed to provide, that's all you needed to provide for you.
I
to get
don't
through.
know,
But
I
I don't
can't
know
answer
why.
that.
They have
The
it, they locked
legit,
him out, and
the
nobody
actual
did
information
nothing.
of this
Then I must
individual
look.
case of his.
Right,
case.
and that's neglect of my child, because he was picked up by a school bus, brought to school, and they locked the doors and put him outside in 45-degree weather. You're responsible for my child if you pick him up from a bus.
When I say civil matters. you
And
know,
how is that not neglect?
between
Well,
you and the school. The
There
only
again,
reason we're
I
here
just
is to
wish
try
you
and
guys
mediate a
would,
little bit.
you've
You
got
guys-
lawsuits
you-
filed,
this-
you've
your
got,
side
have
and
you
the superintendent
gone
or whatever on
to
the school side
ACLU,
can
have you,
find a way
have
to
you pursued all those issues?
We got all kinds of things moving.
As to why the
Process to
school won't let
go.
them in, I don't.
Because you,
Talk to these
I can't
people.
tell you.
Okay.
you guys shouldn't be here strong-arming us.
Right, if you guys want
When
to
did
do
I start
that, and
this?
they
In
say kick them out,
September.
Okay,
the school's in
Last
charge
year.
there. They are.
Last
That's how
year,
it
I
goes. That's how it
tried,
goes.
I kept
I don't
going
make
to
the
them
rules.
and saying.
We don't make any of the rules.
The ACLU and
No.
DESI, that's when
No.
they changed it, and
That's
now
it. That's
they're
the reason
letting
we're here.
people with disabilities go without masks.
I mean, so.
But
Okay,
you guys
so
are kind of arguing, like, I
you're
get- I
dealing
get
with
where
the
your head's at,
ACLU,
you know
you're
what I mean?
dealing with
You guys
any
want
private
solutions.
attorney.
This is a violation of our rights, bro. Come on, man.
the flow to go, I mean, this is,
In the meantime, we're just gonna
Well,
follow
you know,
policy.
And you're saying that you
But
guys
it's that
were
way
told
every-
you let us in, but now.
hey, listen, I don't know how much dealings you have.
How do you feel that this, how do you feel that this isn't against our rights as a free American?
Right, so it's 100% don't let people
I
in
get
without
that, no,
masks.
I get that.
Listen,
I get that. And
I could
we
discuss
can try
free
our best to
America
get you
Right.
guys to
all
talk
night
and
long
figure
with
it
you.
out. But at the end
And
of
But-
believe me,
this is not-
I'm
we don't have
as
anything
much
to
a
do with
free
that.
American
How would you
as
feel
you
as
If
a
can.
they're
parent
changing
if
their
this was your
word, whatever
child?
they're doing, that's
If-
between you guys.
If your child had a medical exemption and they wouldn't honor it.
I
To
get
go
that,
in-
that's why I'm.
I wouldn't like it.
Criminal is, they say he can't
So
come in
wouldn't you
and
be
then
in
he
our
does.
shoes, wouldn't you
But
do
that's
the
why
He's
same
not
thing?
trespassing.
I mean, I'm just
Now,
telling you,
now
I
it's
wouldn't like it
you
if
get
it
where we're
was
coming from here?
my child. I mean, who would like it?
Or-
We're advocating for our child. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, that's great, I appreciate that.
We don't want to get
I'm sure
arrested in
Sal
doing
would
so,
say
but we need to know what our options are. If we walk in there, we're going to get arrested for trespassing.
If they request you to leave
But at the
and
end
you
of the
do
day,
not
that's what it is.
leave, you are subject to arrest.
I don't like saying my hands are tied either, because.
And they don't need any reasoning at all to make you leave a public area?
I thought trespassing was if you're doing, if you're doing disturbance or destroying property.
You don't necessarily have to
Because there's been no
destroy,
crimes committed. This is a civil
well,
matter.
in essence, trespassing is a disruption.
Okay.
But
But it's a public meeting.
it doesn't make any difference.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's,
So I understand you said the sidewalk is different than the school, but nobody can trespass me from the
That's
sidewalk.
exactly what civil matter means. That's exactly what it means.
You didn't say
So
anything?
you would take it through.
That's just crazy that.
Oh, nice.
Do all those
Yeah,
things
like
when
that's
it's
Oh,
on
nice.
that.
I know.
Yeah, so he was supposed to, the sergeant, was he a sergeant?
Thank you.
He said he
sorry?
was, the sergeant, was it? I forgot his badge.
If you have any-
I got it all on film. I can rewind it,
He
but
said he was gonna go talk to them and tell them about the law.
Yeah.
And he
didn't say
just-
a word.
He made it look good?
No, I think
Didn't even step
he
into
did,
the
and then he made a phone call.
Why you guys are.
Who did he speak to?
I think he's talking to someone from our department.
Yes,
or
I do.
It's just that the way.
Well, he didn't speak to the superintendent or the chairman,
Right, and the fact that it's not.
chairperson of the board.
That's great.
So, I think in his report, we're gonna need to know who he allegedly spoke to.
Correct.
Because I didn't see
A
him
lot of
speak
people
with
don't wanna
anybody.
wear masks that have whatever exemption,
So
and they
that
have
was a
problems with it.
farce.
This isn't the only case of this.
I
You know what I mean?
And now,
With all the crime that can be going on in town, we're potentially the bad guys. That's,
No one's calling you a bad guy.
but if we're arrested for standing up for our rights, that makes us bad guys.
Well, but you haven't done that.
Right, but that's what we want to do. We just don't want to cause a scene and get arrested. We want to walk in there freely, take our seats and sit down.
right now,
That's what we want to
Going
do.
on right now, and I can't go down there.
can she shout it from?
I get it.
You're absolutely right, you can't.
You go to pump sales and.
Our frustration is we get help nowhere, everywhere we look, we just keep getting a roadblock. And one minute we're told by the police that we can't get involved because it's the school this and it's the school that, but then you guys are standing here at the door not letting people through if they're not wearing a mask. So now it's your problem. When they elect you to stand up here, it's your problem. But when the people ask for your help,
No, we are not budging any.
There he is.
And as we've already covered.
So,
if we were-
did you get any of their information
What
down
did they
there?
say?
I didn't talk because if someone was talking, I didn't want to interrupt because that would be rude.
They're gonna be talking the whole time. It's public comment time, so maybe now would be a good
Whether
time.
you wanna get
Okay,
vaccinated.
like I said, I didn't want to interrupt them and just be
Require
rude.
them to show that they are, or not, you know what I mean?
I mean, you guys interrupted us from our free meeting and that was kind of rude, but we wanted to walk right in there and sit down and enjoy the meeting, but that didn't happen.
Why we're here.
Okay,
This is what they want, how they
Yeah.
make it look good.
so I looked a couple things up. So the board is allowed to set policies in regardless to child safety, which would require masks as long as I see, but it was it was MGL 69 subsection 6-1, subsection 6-1B, 1G, MGL, or Mass General Law 71, subsection 1 and 4A, 603 CMR 27.08, which allows them to require a mask requirement in schools.
Okay, and what about the state law about exemptions?
Okay, that's what it said. That I was just looking up to see like what policy or laws allows them to write a. Oh, sorry, my glasses are fogging up.
So DESI themselves put laws in place?
It would be filed with the governor or with the state legislature, but they could write what would be a law, and then as long as it's approved, they would be able to fulfill the promises of the law. So those are the laws regarding why masks are written and how it is. But like I said, we'll go get their information. We'll talk to the superintendent. Excuse me. And we can get their information, we'll put it in a report, we'll write a report. Then if you want to pursue, what is it, civil liberty violation or medical violations, you can talk to a lawyer and then you can file things in court.
So they're allowed to write their own laws. That's what that says.
I already explained that to you. They are allowed to write like what a law should be, and then if the governor approves it or the legislature approves it, then it becomes law.
So if next month we show up here with 100 people that aren't masked, are you equipped to arrest 100 people?
That would not be the goal. mean,
I understand, but what I'm saying is it's power in numbers. You don't make any movement happen without numbers. So if 90% of the crowd that was attending the meeting was showing up without a mask, you would still uphold their rules and do what? You would arrest all those people?
No, they probably would shut down the school committee and
We're not
meeting.
playing a hypothetical game,
Yeah.
we're not.
Okay, well, next month will be the same thing. I mean, and then it'll be reality we'll be talking about.
I'm disgusted that you guys aren't.
Right.
know.
You guys are law enforcers, not policy enforcers.
I have the law that says if you have a medical exemption, you don't have to show it. And you're telling.
This is a
me
violation of
the
our
school
rights.
can make their policy up. And that's a policy, because the school didn't write the law. So you're still allowing that policy to trump the law.
It's stepping all over our rights as free Americans.
Okay, we didn't write the law, we didn't
Right.
write the policy, we didn't written anything.
Right.
They have the policy in place, that's through the guidance of DESI and the CDC and whatnot. They write it, and we are asked to follow it, we're asked to be no disruptions during the school meeting, and that's the reason why we're here.
There wouldn't have been a disruption. I just
All right.
wanted to go sit down.
There's more of a disruption now than there would have
I totally
been.
agree with you, I totally agree with you. At this point, you know, you should have had an audience with the superintendent and/or the school
What
committee
they're
meeting.
doing is they're saying that we don't want anybody speaking at a meeting that has a medical issue.
Correct.
So no medical issues allowed.
He won't let you
If you put your mask on.
Oh, I'm headed out, so it's fine.
What?
Is that a joke?
But you gotta get it on the agenda, they're not gonna let you speak.
Yeah, but it was just during public comment that I.
They
wanted-
won't let you speak in public comment unless it's on the agenda, so now,
kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, I had to listen to 10 minutes
You're
of
not
the
getting all
rules.
that.
You don't have freedom of speech.
So,
Oh, geez.
email Shirley Burke, email Shirley Burke,
God.
get this issue on the agenda, cause you actually can't talk. So at my school, public comment is open to anything not on the agenda. So they've created their own rules that make it much more difficult. So, here, sorry.
Thank you.
And there's 3 minutes
I don't know the
limit,
answer to
so,
that. I don't know how they go about putting
oh, who?
things on the agenda, or not putting things on the agenda.
All right, well, sorry.
If you're leaving,
I'm leaving, yeah.
leave.
good
So
time.
put your mask on.
They-
I'm leaving.
I homeschool my
Right, and I don't
kids,
think
I'm
they
still
will.
here because it's not about me, it's not about
I
these
think you're
kids,
fine,
it's
your
not
mask
about.
is on,
it's
you're
about
probably
this-
vaccinated, it's good. You're good.
That's right, I only need one, it's like both are combined.
I don't know, for a while there, Bill Belichick was wearing 2 masks on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's because obviously he's.
If I was making his kind of money, I'd wear whatever they told me to wear.
What was that again?
If I was making his money, I'd wear whatever they told me to wear.
There you go.
See, no, that's the problem, people are blocked too easily.
But that's what it is.
No,
That's,
but that's why you don't.
These guys are all bots.
Everybody is, you get a little bit of money and you'll do anything, you'll turn a blind eye. Like I said,
I know, you
it's
don't
not
have
just
nothing
this,
else to
it's
do in
been growing
Rochester,
coming.
except for go,
I just
go
wanna make
see
sure
Gary's
so I'm
Hot
sending
Road
you
for
something
the
tomorrow without a mask. And if he's not allowed
The
in,
wife beaters.
I want something to be done, because he does have the doctors now.
The schools, early doors, and they adopt the standards.
Because they're telling you guys that they just have to have.
You're not the-
Don't spend money.
They offered him the option of wearing the face shield, correct?
no, the note says no face shield, no face mask.
I just didn't know if they.
But they don't
offered him-
honor it. They won't honor it.
I've given them so many notes.
And it's in their policy that they say that they're allowed. And you can't ask somebody,
They're breaking their own
you
policies.
can't ask if somebody's,
Batteries, things like that.
what their medical problem is, you can't do that.
Right, if you-
Civil matters.
Even if somebody says to you, you know what we do every day? They say, oh, are you vaccinated, you gonna do this?
None of this
Yes or
that's
no?
happened here.
It's none of your business. Do you have
You guys
AIDS,
might
HIV?
think
When's
it
the
is
last
or
time
whatever,
you
but it's
been
not.
screened with
You
cancer?
guys are
None of your
having an
fucking
issue
business, that's what.
individually, as a group.
we can make a difference.
So I just wanted you guys write it up so that tomorrow he's allowed in here without a mask.
Because everybody, everybody
I,
just.
like,
Like I
listen,
said, if you would've just.
I'll pass it on to the day
They
shift,
wanted to
make sure that
trespass.
they're aware
That
that.
they're breaking up.
I don't want my son arrested for trespassing.
Yeah.
Come
I totally
tomorrow.
agree with you.
Because it's disrupting everybody else.
I'll let day shift know, listen,
Even though they're not here.
I don't know
disrupting
every
society.
rule or
It's
every
counting
law, I
against
already
society,
explained that to you.
Not against.
Well, you know the
individuals.
Constitution.
Right now, these are just,
I hope.
they're 2 individual groups.
And you know the school's policy now is that he has to have a note.
Yeah.
And he does have 2 notes on
Crimes are treated
file.
differently.
Yeah, I guess I
because
am.
of their
Okay, so-
relationship
I,
with society.
that will be explained to the
It's
school.
very strange and convoluted way of looking at
Sorry.
it, but that's the difference. That's the difference. And crimes,
But we have
crimes
to take
happen.
it.
We'll explain it to them, we'll talk to
You
them.
can have a penalty.
So when
I can't force the school to let him in,
Right, but they can also
correct?
have-
But isn't there a disability act that would fall under?
Yeah,
That
but
they would be
it's not like I already
violating?
explained, It's not criminal, like I can't force the school to let him
But it
in.
is criminal if they're not allowing him the education that he's entitled to.
Correct.
It is in the Constitution that you get a free
Always
education.
just money.
I mean,
On
So by not allowing him in the
That doesn't make it
school,
criminal.
So not letting him in the school to go to class isn't criminal, even though it's part of his education.
It's like a, it's,
Wait a minute, he's under their care at that point.
right.
yeah, so,
Arrives at the
so what you
school.
could do is talk to, what is it?
That's crazy that it's even done like that.
DESS or DYS, whatever they have, what they change, you can talk to them, get guidance,
So I get.
But you
Fo-
also
follow,
speech, so I
um,
might not agree with what you say, but I will
So do you guys just
defend
pick
you
which
to the
laws that you want to
death
follow?
for your right to say it.
I'm just trying to
we're not picking any, like, or anything that we're following enough on, we're trying to explain things to you.
Obviously.
They can't. that's
Yeah,
their-
but it doesn't make any
Our
sense because
property.
you're picking
Okay.
and
I
choosing,
mean,
because I'm
if you
telling
own
you,
property,
he's
You
entitled to
feel
an
that you guys
education.
should, because it's
We're not denying that he's entitled to an education.
But if they
I'm
don't,
saying
He's outside the
you,
building.
you,
He can't
And
get.
then, so even
Right.
if the manager, right, who gets
Everybody,
that.
if they're not letting
you
him pass this
He's speaking
law,
on behalf
that's
of the
denying
owner.
him an
Does that make
education.
sense? He's saying. a
Right.
person
Like I said, if
owner,
it's at
now
that
they're not-
point,
the second they
you
come up, they
ask
don't
for a
even
report to be
decide,
written,
that nothing
you
is
have,
in writing.
you get the
If I just
report,
say,
you have a
"You're
file,
not trying to- you
a
can't come here
lawyer
anymore,"
file
that's enough. You
in
can be
court
arrested for it if you come out.
about
Well,
this.
So you guys step in for this, but you won't
Verbal
step in for
trespassing
that.
is
We would come in
nothing
and try to
arrest.
mediate the situation.
Right,
Right,
Like, we're
tomorrow
trying-
morning,
You
they'll
know-
come
you know
in
anything
and
about
they'll
this?
tell the school, you have to let Nick in.
A race thing or
Yeah, if he has to know it's in the policy, that he should be allowed
That's a civil
in,
issue,
Turn
not-
the blind eye.
right.
right? Right? Should be allowed.
By law.
Right, so if they call you tomorrow and say, this student's trespassing, does that good enough for you to come and arrest them for trespassing because they want him to leave?
Acting like they don't
The-
see
if-
something.
if on the civil
I
side,
don't,
they
no,
say, okay,
but listen, I don't know everything that's gonna happen tomorrow, I'm not a fortune teller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They could very, very,
Like you want to?
Does that make sense?
No,
Yes,
don't.
right, but
I'm
that's,
not
the-
on
that's a big, that.
I didn't
this
say
is-
What I would do, this is what I would do.
Example of the
I would try to
civil
mediate the
criminal,
situation.
right? Why the person was thrown out.
If they
civil.
refuse to let him in,
But
they
the
refuse
fact
to let him
that
in,
he was
we'd
trespassed
still, I'd
regardless of
still write a
why
report,
still makes
so
it
that way
criminal.
you
Still
can gather the
criminal. Doesn't matter
report,
why.
and you
Doesn't
can take it
matter
to a
why.
lawyer,
The why comes out in court.
and then you can take it to
That-
court.
That's where it comes out. It's not up to us to decide, the fact that they were trespassed.
Like right
that's what
now,
makes it criminal.
if we were to go in
Civil
there,
side
they would
is,
get
hey,
arrested.
he was trespassed.
If they wanted us to leave for
But when
trespassing.
you, tomorrow
Unjust.
morning, when Nick tries to
That makes
enter the
sense?
building to go to school with his doctor's note,
So for the public.
you're not gonna compel them to let him in and get his education.
I would talk to them,
Seems
yes.
like it always goes against this party.
That's
No,
what
I
it
would
is.
talk to the school,
It's anybody that stands up against
That's a
the school.
question.
A school's
So, I
immune,
actually don't know the way
immune
the
from a lot of
hierarchy
things, but they're
works.
really, really
Assuming
not.
what are
It's
you
just
doing?
people turn
Principal
the other
is in
way.
charge of the building.
With
That's my guess, but
Been doing
that's a
this
good
a long
question.
time, too.
I don't know if there's people.
I mean,
that are
I'll
hired.
clear
I'll
my
say this.
calendar
on
for
the
tomorrow,
school
and I'll
board.
come and be a witness.
Maybe,
should
maybe,
just wiped
maybe
off
it's
real
in,
fast,
in
though.
their wording
Because I
that
wouldn't
any
just
staff
allow
member.
things through.
That's another way of doing
Maybe
things.
the janitor.
Because I'm excited to
The janitor.
see
Right.
tomorrow
Right.
morning when he
Right.
tries to enter the building without a mask with his
Right.
doctor's note,
But
that the,
let's just
whatever
say you
officer
guys
it
are
is at the
safe.
time is gonna
Just
compel
protect
them to let him
everybody.
in.
Yeah, no.
has
I
he
don't
been
take
doing
a
it
chance
online?
with, like,
No, I'm just trying to.
Still, or has he been
That's
coming
not
to
an
school?
option.
saying something you
It's not an
would
option
do as a
anymore?
No.
principal.
It's not, I don't know, I don't
No,
know,
it's not.
I can't keep kept up on every law.
The
No.
problem was, even the governor had to say, hey, we gotta pretend like we're educating these kids, Desi, we can't
You
leave them
can't,
online
you
forever.
can't apply to the school.
They still
To have him-
How would he
doesn't
do
matter
that?
if it's public.
Why-
Yeah, he does
why
welding.
should She shouldn't have to. The
I know
school
it's-
should
it's
be
really-
hearing.
They should accommodate it.
Only hearing-
There's a lot of moving
That's an
parts. You see how many papers.
It's not an
right
option.
now?
It's
a homeschool,
There's a
and
lot
then he
of
doesn't
moving-
get his
there's a
welding
lot of pieces
certificate.
to this.
Okay.
There's a lot.
I mean,
There's
a lot of people do
And that's
homeschool.
the great part.
I
It's not the best option.
Right, but that's segregating him. He shouldn't be segregated. He has a medical condition, he has a disability.
Yeah, but
Medical
Legal
conditions.
in essence, the parents are
Separate
doing it,
people.
because the parents request
I
homeschooling.
don't even know. I don't
So
even
the
know.
parents are therefore
Because you guys are
actually doing the
probably
segregation.
really
And maybe in some cases, that might be a great idea for a child.
Works
We
for them,
don't
but they're
know.
telling you
In
that
case
it wouldn't
the
be a
school-
good
you
fit
guys
for
start,
him.
For some reason, just
So
don't-
that they're
Well, we
saying
don't know,
if they
right.
made him
Or for some
stay
reason-
home and do
But a
online,
lot of
they
people
would
do
be
very
fine.
well in
A
homeschool,
lot of
right?
people do.
I know.
They don't-
And most people
We're
don't
not
like to
allowed
do that because the education is usually so terrible,
We're
but
here
a
to
lot
make
of
sure
people
that
don't
nobody-
have that option.
Right.
That's it.
Agreed.
But
We're not saying this
to
is
your
conservative.
point, and I like this idea,
Yeah.
a voucher system, so that people who wanna homeschool could get their 18 or 20 grand, and then use that to homeschool. to
No,
defray the
no,
cost.
no, because then you have to adhere to all their little policies and all their bull crap that, no, you don't ever take the funding. The money is the bait, and that's what's happening to this whole country. And now we printed out all the stimulus money, here you go, here you go, here you go, woo! What does that money even mean now? It's inflation like crazy. I went to get chicken thighs the other day. I used to buy a big pack like this for $14. I got 6 of them. I mean, sorry, a big pack that had about 14 in it for $6. I got 4 for $6. Okay?
Yeah, no, we're not like the federal government down in the basement cranking
They're
out.
just cranking out money. The money's not even gonna be worth anything very soon.
Especially when they start handing it out to know, at
What,
least.
turkeys are already double price compared to last year?
Somebody sent me a picture, it was a prime rib at, BJ's, I think it was about this big, $400 and something. $400 and something. So
I'll
So,
grow my own cow at that point. Or prime rib.
So that's what we'll do tomorrow, when you come into school with no mask on, and they should help you get in, am I right?
We'll talk, we'll try to mediate, like I said.
Well, you can explain to them that they're breaking the law, because in their policy at that point.
That would be explained, that would be explained.
Their own
I
policy,
don't, I
right.
don't, because I'm.
Because last time I did this, you guys just said, my hands are tied, and
That's
you would
what-
not help.
Right, because they're contradicting it, because that would give them the only people to be able to break their own policy. They put the policies out that we have to adhere to, but then they're contradicting themselves when they write a policy down and don't adhere to it.
and when they kick out the only 4 people that show up to their school committee meeting over a mask, which I had mine on, okay? But they kick out the only people that show up to their meeting, and then they hold an event, not even 2 weeks later, and they're all, nobody has a mask on, nobody's social distancing.
It's only your children have
They're
to.
all hanging all over each other, taking
What-
pictures.
Where were they doing it?
At the gala, it was a gala they held.
Is it safety or is it not?
It's
Right.
because
Were
it
they
doesn't-
doing it, were they doing it outside or were they doing it inside?
No, it was in a building.
It's in a
It was-
building,
okay.
yes. Oh, okay, I thought you meant in the school or not in the school. I was just gonna say it doesn't matter.
That's where it's political, not safety, at that point.
Then Monday, they came back into the school.
What was the event?
They had a gala to honor all their alumni.
Oh.
It was
And they
awesome.
post all those pictures on Facebook.
And a question.
In a cushion?
But the Monday, they came back to school, they didn't quarantine or anything after being that close to each other and no masks.
Yeah, no,
Yikes.
That's what we do.
Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm just showing you
Again,
how.
that's a whole different issue that can
We are
be
enforcing their decision.
discussed. I mean, come on.
Right, but that's what tells you it's about politics, not about safety.
Because it can be a whole different issue. I get where, say, you're
Right.
coming from, I get where they're coming from, but when you kick somebody out and they have medical exemption and you're not accepting that, and we're sitting in the cafeteria, if we grabbed a bag of chips and we were eating it, would that be okay? Because we weren't together. We're off in the corner by ourselves. So what's the difference?
We're letting
You
you
either
voice your
really
opinion,
believe in
we're not
it or
saying
you
we can't
really
have
don't.
We can have a long discussion about that, which we've had,
We also
because
don't
there are
have
some
to.
crazy
Never
things
talking to
They don't want
involved
anybody-
with masks and
You guys are just
vaccinations.
talking, right?
So, I mean, there are some crazy things out there that are
If the school,
happening.
if you
I
have
mean,
before in the school,
you know,
that's
if
something
100
that would possibly
employees,
be
it's
service.
gonna get worse.
You mean
That
99
would be talking
employees should
criminal
say,
matter,
but
right?
100
Not
employees
civil.
should
That's
not.
why we're here just talking.
Right, that's like.
But see, we're fighting for everybody's freedoms, and yours included.
Yeah.
Just because right now you're wearing a uniform, as a free American, we're here to fight for your rights too.
But I do it, I wear the mask because they ask me to politely, and I just, that's what I do, I'm a very polite person, so.
Yeah, so
If
what they
someone asks me to wear a mask, if I go to a friend's house and they ask me to wear a mask, I'm gonna wear the mask. Because if they do it politely, you know?
14
We're not
minutes.
picking sides.
I swear to you.
Right.
I'm
We're not
sorry,
picking
I'm
one
so-
side
if
or
I'm
the
around
other.
here
We're
for
just
like
listening.
14
That's
minutes
all.
and 1 second, like then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Which I was around her the whole time anyway, just because that's my baby and that's whatever. But the point is
Heather.
they make shit up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to say shit?
Right, no.
I'm gonna walk right in front of you.
Oh, sure.
When do you print that? Today? From the current mask.
From Mass.com.
Oh,
I just didn't know, because I know some people like try to print out old laws.
I put it up this morning.
That's why people need to stop everything.
We try to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta be.
We'll find a law,
Yeah.
Law enforcement,
and then like when you talk to
if
certain
a
other
hot dog
people,
vendor,
like the
if
sovereign
a
citizens.
Yeah.
They'll like will quote like
need to get it
Supreme
together.
Court cases, and they only quote like the word the.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to make sure everything
Right now,
is,
it's not looking so good.
that's the reason, I'm just trying to ask. I'm trying to
Right.
feel.
Well, we're not the type that get locked up. We've never been arrested, and that's our goal, is to not get arrested. But we want to walk that fine line to push our rights.
Perfectly fine.
I want to know ahead of time, if I do what I do, am I going to be arrested? Because I don't want a surprise in the end.
Do you think anyone here, like any police officer here, wants to go to trust?
I don't think so, but I want to know where I'm overstepping my bounds.
But I'm trying to explain to you that there are certain things that are criminal, and there are certain things that are not criminal. Like criminal is like anything that's like arrestable.
Right.
Like arrestable penalty by
That doesn't, still doesn't.
criminal fine or by jail time.
You don't know, just like, okay, hold on.
Let me tell you,
So like someone driving a suspended license,
Two sides, work it out.
Right.
every medical person says,
It's always easy.
don't put stuff into your way.
refusing someone to come in as handicapped, like not having a, like a ramp.
Okay, yeah.
That's not criminal, it's a civil thing.
Right,
So we couldn't go and arrest the business owner.
right.
We would do what we're gonna be doing tonight, write a report.
Right, but this is civil, but if we walked in there and they want us to leave, then we'd be arrested. Now it becomes criminal.
Yeah, because you're asked to leave, and,
You're looking at the future of the.
I know they can, because they have trespassed people before from the school grounds for causing
You
a
have to pick
disturbance.
and choose, you know why?
Then it
You know
becomes
why?
criminal.
Okay.
Because nobody can be an expert on everything.
Yeah,
You
I get
can't.
it.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
And no one here wants,
And we're not trying to like be rough on you guys or go against the grain, it is what it is.
Violate your Fourth Amendment unreasonable rights.
We see the world.
Any of your rights.
My family now
Civil. It's not
are
criminal.
the worst
It's
people.
not criminal.